So this structure of the connective tissue. This structure of the connective tissue. First one, we should remember that the connective tissue is a living tissue. Connective tissue is a living tissue. It can change according to the atmosphere or external pressure, external conditions, whatever. If the external circumferences are changing, the structure of the connective tissue, it may adapt to that. It may adapt to that. If we are giving a kind of force to the connective tissue, the connective tissue will respond to that because it is a living tissue. If the external force is giving a kind of deformation, giving a kind of abnormal, keeping the our body parts in abnormal position for prolonged time, connective tissue will be adapted to that abnormal position. It will be like that only. Again, if we keep like that into normal position, again it can shift. So that means connective tissue is a living tissue. It is a dynamic tissue. Dynamic means according to the situation, the tissue will change. It is a living tissue. So where we can see the connective tissue in our human body. Connective tissue in our human body, we can see in the bones. Bone also a connective tissue, and ligaments connective tissue, and menisci in the knee joint is a connective tissue, and muscle is a connective tissue. A tendon is the connective tissue. This is volar plate of PAP joints. It is a connective tissue. This fat pad is a connective tissue. It is just below the patella bone. It is just below the patella bone. This is also a connective tissue. This is also scapula and head of the humerus. Here we will be having linear labrum. This is also a connective tissue, and these are the vertebral bodies. Between these two vertebrae, here we will be having IVD, intervertebral disc. This is also a connective tissue. So all the segments mean all the materials which are used in our body, all are connective tissues. All are connective tissues. In which forms they use connective tissues? In which forms they use mean connective tissues are there? Bone is a connective tissue. Tendon is a connective tissue. Ligament is a connective tissue. Menisci is a connective tissue. Fat pad is a connective tissue. This fibrous capsule is a connective tissue, and labrums, glenoid labrum is a connective tissue, and bursa is a connective tissue. Discs are connective tissue. So all these structures are the connective tissues only. So all these structures are connective tissue. How these connective tissues are made in a human body? How these connective tissues are made in human body? How these connective tissues are made? First, now we will see the structure of the connective tissue. We will see like very gross. Okay, not in detail. Very gross. We will see structure of connective tissue. Structure of connective tissue. If we take the structure of the connective tissue, here we will be having two components. First one, cellular component, and extracellular and extracellular components will be there. In this cellular component, we will be having two types of cells. First one, resident cells. Second one, circulatory cells. So in this resident cells, what we will see? Resident means if these are cellular components, that means cells will be there. So in the resident cells means some kind of cells which are particularly related to one structure. Suppose if I take bone, some cells will be specially present in the bone, some cells will be specially present in the muscle, some cells will be specially present in the meniscus. So like that. Residential college, residential school will tell you either only boys or girls. So like that, it's only particular. Okay, residential cells. Here some examples for residential cells: chondroblast. Some examples: chondroblast, fibroblast, osteoblast. So these are some examples, and pinocytes. So many examples are there. We will see one by one. Then we will come to specific connective tissue structures. So these are some resident cells. Now these are the circulating cells. Circulating cells means entire body it will circulate. So some examples for circulating cells of the connective tissue are lymphocytes and macrophages. So these are the some examples for the circulating cells, and these are for residential cells. Now we will come to extracellular component. If you see extracellular component, here we will be having again two variations, like how we are having here resident cells and circulating cells. Here we will be having two. In these two, first one interfibrillar component and fibrillar component. So these are the two components, interfibrillar component and fibrillar component. In this interfibrillar component, this extracellular component, or otherwise we can tell matrix, extracellular matrix. It is nothing but other than cells, that is extracellular matrix. Here interfibrillar component, it is mostly formed by the hydrated proteins. That hydrated proteins will be present in the form of proteoglycans and glycoproteins. Understand? So here interfibrillar component, it is mostly hydrated proteins will be there. This interfibrillar component is formed by the hydrated proteins. In that first one, proteoglycans and glycoproteins. We will see which kind of proteoglycans, which kind of glycoproteins are there in the connective tissue. We will see one by one when we will discuss about specific connective tissue. Okay. Now some examples for proteoglycans are glycan, digorin. So these are some examples for the proteoglycans. Now glycoproteins examples: laminin, thrombosporin. So these are some examples for the glycoproteins. Now we will see fibrillar component. In this fibrillar component, we will be having only two structures. That are collagen and elastin. These are the two structures we will see in the fibrillar component. So this was connective tissue. Structure of connective tissue, here we will be having cellular component, extracellular matrix. In this cellular component, resident cells, circulating cells. Resident cells nothing but these cells are specific to only one kind of structure, either ligament, tendon, or muscle, or bone, like that. Resident cells means throughout the body. So this is cellular matrix, cellular component. Now extracellular matrix. Here we will be having interfibrillar component and fibrillar component. In this interfibrillar component is formed by the hydrated proteins in the form of proteoglycans and glycoproteins. These are some examples for the proteoglycans and glycoproteins. Now fibrillar component. This fibrillar component is formed by the collagen and elastin. Now this is about extracellular matrix. In this extracellular matrix, we will be having interfibrillar component. Interfibrillar component is formed by the hydrated proteins in the form of proteoglycans and glycoproteins. Okay, clear it. So this is the fibrillar component. Now this fibrillar component is formed by the collagen and elastin. First one we will see collagen. Collagen is having tensile strength. What is this tensile strength means? Suppose if you take one object, if you do distraction, it will distract. That is tensile strength. And till now 15 to 19 types of collagens are discovered. Collagens were discovered, but the function of each type of collagen not yet found out. And then Type 1 collagen. Type 1 collagen is found in ligaments, menisci, tendons. Ligaments, menisci, and tendons. And type 2 collagen is present on the hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage. This cartilage will be present. This hyaline cartilage will be present over the. Suppose if this is one bone, this is one more bone. If the joint between these two bones, hyaline cartilage will be present here. Hyaline cartilage will be present. This is also called as articular cartilage. Okay. This some points about collagen. Now we come to elastin. The name itself it is saying elastin. Elastin is elastic. It's like elastic. If you stretch it will length will increase. If you remove the stretch load again, it will come to its normal position. That is elastin means. Elastin. Its color is yellowish color. Yellowish color. Suppose one tendon is there. How it will be tendon structure of tissue? In this tendon, cellular component will be there and extracellular matrix. Extracellular matrix will be there. In this extracellular matrix, we will be having interfibular component and fibular components. In this interfibular, proteoglycans and glycoproteins. In this fibular component, collagen and elastin. How to say structure of connective tissue means if we take one tendon, which type of cells are there? Here we will be having cellular, resident and circulating cells. Which resident cell is present in tendon? Which circulating cell is in our body? So, which resident cell is present on tendon? And extracellular matrix, which proteoglycan is present? Which glycoprotein is present? Which type of collagen is present? Which type of elastin is present? Okay. This is about structure of connective tissue. For each and every structure, tendon, muscle, bone, ligament, menisci, fat, joint capsule. For all the structures, we should know what are the structures what are the structural components of these structures. Okay, clear. This is about structure of the connective tissue.